Okay, antenna builders, by request, viewer request, I'm going to show you some details on how to build the feed point of a proper dipole. Here's the feed point of my 20-meter dipole. And this construction is inexpensive and extremely strong and weatherproof. But I'll get as close as I can with the phone and show you the conduit T and the fittings. And here's a couple feet lower, or a couple feet higher. And here it is in the ham shack, up close and impersonal. 1 1/4 inch gray PVC conduit T. I think it's 1 1/4. But well, there's the tag if you want to go get one. Ideal housing, extremely weatherproof. Gasketed lid, not perfect but good. On the ends, put a whatever 1 1/4 bushing down to, now this one's threaded, but get the plain bushing down to 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and just enough pipe sticking out to get a 1/2 inch PVC cap over the end. Dipole is number 6 wire, number 6 solid. It doesn't kink, it hangs flatter. Make a hole in the end of the cap just big enough to clear the number 6 wire. Wire goes inside. Of course, both ends are equal. Now here's a detail on the inside. Here's the 1/2 inch PVC cap, number 6 wire going through it. Both the wires go into the center, maybe 1 inch apart. Bring the feed line up, strip it, relatively short wires, connect them together. Straight, 90-degree angles. No bending, kinking, twisting, none of that stuff. Of course, as soon as you hang this up, it's going to pull the wires out of the end. There's nothing to stop it. So up inside the cap, here's the cap. Here's a number 6 wire here. Take some number 14 copper wire and wrap it around the number 6 and slide it out till it touches the inside of that cap. And then solder it in place. Now you can't do that with the cap there, obviously. You could mark the outside of the wire here and perhaps take the cap off, slide the number 6 through, solder this on just to the left of the mark, or assemble it in the housing and push the number 14 ring back in here, and then push the number 6 wire out of this opening, solder it, and pull it back in. But look at it, you'll figure it out. It's not that hard. This makes a very strong assembly. The assembly for my 20-meter antenna has this held in with screws. Oh, you could use PVC cement, but that's a waste. What's better is Gorilla Glue. You Gorilla Glue that PVC together. It ain't coming apart. Not without a hammer. There doesn't need to be any real space between the cap and the bushing here. That's a schedule 41 by 1/2 bushing. So that must be a 1 inch T, but whatever it is. Just find this 1 by 1/2 inch bushing and see which housing it fits. I don't have the part numbers. Now, I never recommend having mechanical connections and antennas, because once the thing's working and up there, you're not going to want to take it down for 10 years. Mechanical connections up here are going to fail. You can put an SO239 up in here. Maybe maybe glue a plate over here and set an SO connector in there. If you want to do that for portable, it's up to you. That just adds 2 mechanical connections that fail, especially because there's probably high humidity. But if not, find some kind of bush to size this down to clamp the coax in. I used 75 ohm Belden 9064, I think it is. The problem with that is it's an aluminum shield, and I had to clamp it here, and the clamping's failing, so the SWR's up. But use whatever you want. If you use 50 ohm cable, it's going to be probably lower than 17 feet, probably closer to 10 or 12. Not all bad. Easy to work on an antenna that's at 12 feet, and it's easy to put it up. But after that, go see my video on how to make a correct dipole and use the 0.951 velocity factor to calculate the exact length of the arms and make sure they're identical. And under no circumstance let the arms droop or bend or deviate from, if we're looking down from the top, they got to be straight in line. None of this. No deviations or sagging. Put the wires right in line, because what I found by testing is that having the feed point dip causes a bunch of reactance at the feed point. It just kills the bandwidth. So that's pretty much it for the details. KBYP, have fun.